Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Butcher and the Beard. I'm David Butcher. That's John Shanley. How's everyone doing today?
Good morning, everybody,
Good
or afternoon,
morning.
whatever you listen to it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know about you. I am super stoked because my Knicks went into Philadelphia and whooped them whoop that trick, whatever.
Yeah, with
They
that
beat
shit,
them
there you go.
they beat them by 36. That
Wow.
is a whoop, and that was a game that was looked as a measuring stick, this and that. Well, they measured up pretty damn good.
They did.
Philly might have had an off night, but like you don't expect things like that, and it was just a really great win. And I'm excited about it now. Nick's got to just take care of business today. They have another back-to-back against a weak Washington team. Handle your business, and then if you fall flat after a big emotional win, that's gonna hurt. But ride the wind, ride the high, and just keep going.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
what more can you say? Not a lot going on today for football. Just the two games. We got the first one is the Steelers and the Ravens. Ravens already locked number one seed up, so
Yeah, they're
they're going to
doing
bench
the old
everybody.
rustaroo.
Steelers, like it seems like every year, the last few years, they win and there's a shot,
Yeah,
So
that's it. Yeah, win and hopefully a couple pieces fall.
right, and then
So,
and you'll be in. So I actually like the Steelers because they're going to be have their entire team playing, and the Ravens are like I said, resting all their starters. So I feel like it's kind of a gimme game for the Steelers, but
yeah, for
never
sure.
there's never a gimme in the NFL, especially
No,
a rival. But I like the Steelers in this game.
I'm
What
gonna say
about
the
you?
Steelers too. Yeah. Like you said, this is where it's gonna come down to like, hey, the next man up, and if you see how good that depth is on the Ravens squad. But you got this, like you said, the Steelers are playing for something, and now they're. I hope that they don't go in there thinking because they're playing the backups they have to play lighter. You know what I mean? Play like if you're playing the starters. Go
Their
in
coach,
there.
Tomlin, will not have them prepared that way. I would be shocked.
Yeah, yeah, me too. He's only been in the league for what, like 13 years. It feels like, you know what I mean. He's been in there for a long time. So, yeah, I had the Steelers also. There's just no way that I can see the Ravens winning this with the Steelers with so much to play for. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and like I said, they've already locked everything up. So I mean, all the other guys going to compete, yes, but at the
Yes.
end of the day, the talent level that's going to be on the field for the Steelers are going to be much better. And listen, back when in the beginning of the year when they both had all their things, the Steelers still beat them. So
Yeah.
they these two guys, the two coaches have gone against each other for years now. They're the two highest tenured coaches in the league, and that's a lot of head-to-head football games. So it's going to be fun. Steelers Ravens are always a good matchup, no matter what. It's always physical,
Yep.
always nasty. When the teams are good or not, it's a lot of fun. The one time years and years ago, I won my eliminator pool because of a Steelers Ravens because the guys that I was competing with had the Steelers because they were heavy favorites that year. I think they actually went to the Super Bowl that year, but the Ravens beat them on a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
That and the Ravens weren't even that good. It was just it was like the opening kickoff. Like two people got carted off on stretchers. So like you're
Wow.
like this is gonna be that type of game. Okay, you know
Yeah.
that's old school football right there. So I always love watching these two teams play. Like if you just give me random rivalries and divisions, Steelers Ravens are about as good as it gets.
Yeah, no, definitely good rivalry for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll at 4:30 we'll see them on, and we'll see how
Oh
that goes. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
uh,
tonight we got the Texans and the Colts. Both teams 9-7. I'm sure, like obviously, one of them wins, they have a shot. The other one doesn't. Um, you like the Texans, right?
yeah, I like the Texans. CJ Stroud is back on the field, and that's all that I think I need to see. Is once he's on the field, he just plays a different kind of ball. He's going to go out there. He's going to control that offense, even with Tank Dell's injury. He's still out there making plays and stuff like that. You're going to need the Colts to come out and do what? Minshew's the quarterback still for the Colts. Yeah, Minshew got his things. You know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, he's a backup for a reason. That's how I look at it. He's not a bad quarterback, but he's not a starter for a reason, and that's because he doesn't bring that A game like the other guy and other thing. But we never know. This is another divisional
Well,
game. So
when I look at the teams, Texans are 9-7. They feel because of Stroud that they should be better than that. And the
yeah,
Colts are 9-7, and you feel like with the talent that they have, that they should not be as good as that. So
yeah,
like it's just like one of these weird things. But they're both 9-7, and
yeah,
we'll see how. And there is division game, so whatever. The Colts could hold serve and win at home, but I guess I kind of like the Texans because they've been impressive in more of their wins.
yeah, for sure.
So, we'll just go with that. Tomorrow is more of a day that we'll go over, the big preview for tomorrow. I know you're excited about
Yeah,
tomorrow
I'm
because
excited tomorrow night.
you walk away from that loss last week, and then
Yeah,
you have a chance to win your division, and that's all you can ask for, man.
yeah, for sure. I'm glad that
Today, Celtics Pacers, that should be fun. Knicks, I guess I said Knicks and Wizards, Jazz Sixers. Bucks, Rockets, some big teams against some, the Celtics Pacers should be an
yeah,
interesting matchup because, the Pacers have beaten all the good teams and they're hot right now. So
yeah.
we'll see how that goes. Hockey, did the Lightning play tonight?
I don't
Rangers,
know. I don't know
yes,
if
they do.
they do.
Ooh, Lightning are in Boston.
Oh, that should be a good game. I'll be
Oh,
watching
that's
that.
gonna be a great game.
Yeah,
Lightning and Bruins. Bruins still top of the thing. Lightning have been playing much better lately.
yeah,
Much better. They've woken up. I really think it was that bullshit goal that we
yeah,
talked about last week. Like
yeah,
ever
for
since
sure.
that, it was
Yeah,
just like what is like no, and then like they've been really good ever since.
yeah,
Not just obviously coming back in that game, but like playing. They've won the last couple games too. So
yeah,
like, let's see if they can keep that momentum going against probably the best team on in the league right now, Boston. Um, they only have 8 losses so far.
yeah.
They're
That's
not on.
crazy.
They got 52 points. They're not on the pace they were last year, which was ridiculous. But
Yeah,
that's not always the best thing because what happens, and the Lightning know this well. You set a record in the regular season, and then you get bounced in the first
yeah.
round. Like
That's the jinx of the NHL. So you don't want to get that President Trophy. President Trophy
no,
doesn't mean anything to them. Like they don't
no.
want that because at the end of the day, they want to just get into the playoffs. But that President Trophy, for some reason, when you get in
Right.
there, you forget how to score.
And
But
you want to be playing your best hockey going into the playoffs. And then
yes,
that's and then the Lightning did that. Like the last okay, they had the best record, then they get swept in the first round, and then
yep,
the next 2 years they win back-to-back Stanley
yep.
Cups. And then
Stanley
so
Cups.
it is what it is. They're still
Yeah,
going to be a good and formidable team.
yeah,
You see where the standings are, whatever they are at the end of the year, they are. But Boston's still great, and
yeah.
Lightning are playing good. So I'm looking forward to that. So. Um, Not much else
No,
for
not that
tonight.
much.
A slow day. I guess we could do a quick rant. Quickly, I'll just say that once all these games are done next Tuesday, we're gonna have that interview because I finally got in touch with
Oh,
who I needed
awesome, awesome. He's
for the
finally
lawyer.
coming. Now,
It's
before the
coming.
rant, I want to talk about Wembley. He's playing some good basketball, man.
Oh,
Victor.
Wimbiana?
Yeah, Wembiana.
Oh
Yeah,
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 I made that statement about how I felt like no one's gonna really dominate the league. He might.
yeah. Yes, he is.
I
He's
mean,
really good.
he's unbelievable. As long as he stays healthy, and
Yes.
he might dominate the league
Yeah.
for obviously not this year, maybe not even next year.
Yeah.
These guys don't start dominating until like year 4 or 5.
Yeah. We
But
just want to see the progress of it can happening because
right,
he's
and
he's tall, man. But man, is he good? Like he is out there doing his thing, man. Like he was against
yeah, he
Giannis,
destroyed
man.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and and then he did his thing, and then like after the game, like he wouldn't even shake his hand. He just like has
Yeah.
has that like fuck you mentality. Like I'm gonna fucking beat you at some point.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
you know, as John Morant would say, he's taking receipts this first couple years.
Yeah. Yeah. John Moran came
Yeah.
back and he's
Oh
playing
yeah,
good ball like normal. So like we said a couple shows ago, we do shows
yeah.
every other day pretty much. So we kind of
And
had
the
to.
thing is they were like, oh, they're too far out of it. We're only in fucking January. They're never too far out of it. Like I don't understand. You know, teams will right now that are in the mix, all of a sudden someone goes on an 8 to 9 game winning streak, which can happen on any one of these teams,
Yeah,
and
for
then all of
sure.
a sudden they're in the top of the standings. So
Yeah.
like, you know, yeah, they had a bad record, but he comes back and all of a sudden they pull out like, where they win like 15 out of 20 games, and guess what? Now you're in the mix for
Yeah,
the.
that's all it takes. It takes somebody
Mhm.
coming in there and rebalancing the squad, So that's what he did. They're a good squad. They were already a good squad without him. They just needed his leadership that he brings. You know what I mean? He's a
Right.
good baller with good leadership. So it comes
Yeah,
down to that. So
yeah, they lean on him, and he's their best player, and the team's built around him. So
that
it makes sense. So,
make it make sense, right? That's what we like to
sense.
say
Yeah.
in the NBA. Make it make sense. Of course, it makes sense. He's the best player on their team. Of course, they need him. So, that's what it comes down to in the sports of anything. Like like people don't understand how big injury or something can be off the court that can make a squad like because that one piece is the glue that was holding that whole thing. And they're like, oh, they should have been built to be like that. That next man mentality. I'm like,
NBA more than anything is you build around a certain talent. You know what I
yeah,
mean? This guy's your best player,
yeah,
and like the idea is to get two top tier guys, and like
yeah,
even three, but like that's hard to do anymore
yeah,
because between salary caps and all the talent, blah blah blah. But you want two top tier guys, and obviously John Morant's a top tier guy, and they built all these other things around him to make the team go. And like without that centerpiece, they're not going to be as successful,
yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
But it's a big difference when he does come back and
Yeah.
how he just elevates them. Um, so I'm going to do a quick rant. My rant is on Knick fans because I've been a Knick fan for a long time, and we are hard fucking. I don't know if any other like this, it's ridiculous because there's so much support in one way and so much like negativity on the other. So the Knicks went into Philly and beat them by fucking, whatever, 26 points. But like worst, loss in their franchise in the last like 3 years. And all the like people that are in the Knicks group chats are killing Julius Randle because he only had 8 points. Oh, this guy's trash, blah blah blah. Bro, you won by 36 points because the bench freaking had an amazing game. So like it's like what more do you want? Like you think he cares that he only had 8 points? No, they got the win in a big way against the big rival. And then like you see all these home away games, there's Knick fans at every single away game. Like sometimes they outnumber the home fans.
Yeah.
Even last night, there were towards the end, obviously all the Philly fans left, but there was a ton of Knick fans in the crowd. So they support them going to all these different arenas, and they obviously probably relocated or whatever. But then you look at All Star voting, and like all these other guys are, all these other teams' fans, they're flooding the ballot boxes. Like Kyle Kuzma, he's on Washington, they're last place, and he has more votes than Julius Randle. Give me a freaking break. Like so, like I don't know if Knicks fans are just like, you know what, they're trash. We're not voting for you, but we're still going to go on the road and support you. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's still a conundrum. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like maybe they don't want to support him, or maybe they just whatever. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me because how do they travel so well? You know, so um, it's frustrating being a Knicks fan, especially reading comments from other Knicks fans, and it's like, man, years ago, like about 5 or 6 plus years ago, we were really bad, and you know what? All that negative was warranted, but we've turned it around as an organization the last few years. Get on board, man. Support them. Like go on, vote for Brunson, vote for Randall. Those guys deserve it. They're
Yeah.
fucking playing great. They're obviously all pros. They're the coaches that they play for love them. The coaches that play against them have to prepare for them. Believe me, they know and respect the talent that's there. And I just wish that more of the Knicks fans would support them instead of being such and appreciate having a better organization than than what we had 4 or 5
Yeah.
years ago.
For sure. Knicks fans, no offense to you guys, man, but like they just want to hate, man. Don't you ever go to New York and just see them talking shit about anything? They see a piece of grass on the ground and say, "What the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? So that's how they're
Trade
doing.
him.
Trade them,
Trade
trade
him.
them. You know. So it just comes down to that, man. But yeah, that was a good rant right there, man. Because that's it.
Yeah.
It's just believe in your squad, man. No matter what, no matter the
Well,
situation, no matter the.
you can be honest with them. It's like, okay, yeah, you were trash 5 years ago. Like you look at the
Yeah,
starting lineup, it's horrible. I'm like, this is why am I watching? Why am I being a fan? But then the organization starts turning around, and obviously, like you can't turn it around overnight. Even though some of these teams try and they go out and they buy all these free agents, but
yeah,
nowadays, like most of these guys get homegrown talent and they build around them, and then
yeah,
they eventually, after 4 or 5 years, get themselves up to a point. Well, we're in year 4, and
yeah,
like we have good players and we're competitive and like support them. Don't be like,
yeah,
this guy's trash. We need somebody else. We need somebody else. It's like, bro, even them, even the other people, they're not winning either. So coming here isn't going to make that much of a fucking difference.
yeah, for sure, for
Enjoy
sure.
the fact that we're going to be in the playoffs. I believe we're going to make a run right now to get in that top, 4 or
Yeah,
5, 3 or 4 seeds. But it's still a long way to go. And like I said, I just wish that more people will get out there and vote. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't have Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson at the top of the votes.
yeah.
Leaders for All Star.
You got enough people in New
But
York to vote for him.
we do. And then, I don't know, I don't know, all these other people are flooding the ballot boxes. Why aren't we? I
Yeah,
guess we're too busy going to the games. Like, but still, like, go on your phone. Like,
go
I've
on your
already
phone.
voted like 3 times already. Go on the phone and
Oh,
fucking
did you?
vote.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta start
you
doing
can
that for
vote.
the Heat, man. I've been lucky for the last couple of years, man. We've been in the finals, you know what I mean? So like,
I
but
know.
we just can't win the finals. So it
Well,
is what it is. I want to give a
yeah.
shout out to that Connor Bedard. He's playing some good hockey,
Oh,
man. Connor Bedard, that's my
oh
shout out. Yeah, youngest player to make the All Star team in NHL All Star. There's one guy before that, but I was reading, but he was not. It wasn't NHL yet, so it doesn't count as that. So it was in like 1946 or something like that. But man, this kid is very good. He's special, man.
yeah.
He is special. I've seen him a couple times versus the Lightning, and he's really good. He doesn't let Perry come over there and do his mom or something, whatever that situation was at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care. He plays really good hockey, man. Like the dude, they said he was a prodigy, and they weren't lying. Like the dude is really good. Like so, as
Yeah,
a
he's the next Sidney Crosby, whatever. So like,
yeah,
again, like you draft a talent like this, you just build around them, and in
oh
like three,
yeah,
4 years,
yeah.
hopefully they're ready to compete for a
Oh yeah,
championship.
he's gonna win a championship no matter what. This guy is really good. You know what I mean? Like I don't know when, but
He's gonna be like Connor McDavid, like because
yes, Connor
McDavid was supposed
McDavid.
to be,
Yeah,
and they've gotten to the conference finals. I feel like he's gonna be like an Ovechkin, where at some point he's gonna break through and get one,
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, for
and it
sure.
might not even be with the Oilers. We'll
No, I
see,
hope not. I hope he comes to the Lightning. I've been praying that he would have been with him
Uh,
and Cooch, but oh god, that line would be stupid.
well,
I don't even know if we could afford him. Well, maybe we don't have anybody left. All,
good for them. The Rangers, hell yeah. Although the
dude,
Rangers are playing great right now, but can you
yeah.
imagine if he was on there?
Dude, Connor McDavid is stupid good, like really good. Like that guy is so good. Like when I watch him in the All Star game, like that's why I watch the All Star game because I just want to see
Yeah.
like a couple really good guys together that are just too good
You
for
know,
the goalie.
through the years, like it's weird. Like hockey is such a unique sport, and like the guys who are special in hockey, like even the average fan can like with the eye test be like, wow, that guy is fucking so much better than everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
Like in basketball, you have to see the consistency for that to happen because like any given night, some guy off the bench could drop 30. And you're
yeah,
like, wow, this guy's one of the best players in the league that night. And then like he goes back to his 4 points and does nothing. Like you
yeah,
need that consistency in basketball. So, if the guy scores 30, like, 10 games in a row, obviously, wow, yeah, he's far and above, blah, 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 blah. But in hockey, you could just see these guys on the ice like, dude, this guy is faster. He
Oh,
handles the puck better.
yes.
Like this guy's ridiculously good, and like nobody else can even touch him. He
Yeah.
looks like other people look like little school kids compared to this guy. And like there are people, and in the NHL more than anything, like they stand out when they're that good. So
Yeah. Yeah. Connor McDavid, you already knew that he was good. And then when you watch him, you're like, okay,
yeah,
this guy
and like
is really good.
even when Crosby first came out, you're like, wow, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hate him this place for the Penguins, but man, this
Yeah.
kid's fucking unbelievable,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
And
how it
then
is.
but that's how it is with these stars, man.
Yeah.
All the talent in
Because
the world.
if
So,
you got like that's why I like Brendan Point so much. The dude is super fast and he can
oh yeah,
handle the puck. The dude can stop on a dime with the puck in his hand and on his stick on the tape, And you're like, whoa, you're not supposed to be that good. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
no,
But he does,
no,
and you're like, okay, that's crazy. You know what I
uh,
mean? I'm waiting for another player to come onto the Lightning like that. I do like Hagel a lot because he is very fast and he's really good with the puck. But like, I'm waiting for him to like turn the gear. He's only like 25 or something like that, so he's still young in NHL. You know what I mean? He's only like in his fourth or fifth season. We see these guys for so many years, and we all, man, he's got to be old by now, But then by the
yeah,
time you look at the thing, you're like, oh man, he's only been in the league for 3 years, 4 years. You're like, oh, he's still a baby. What did
yeah,
what's his name? Crosby? Not Crosby. Was it Crosby for the Penguins?
yeah.
Did he play till
Oh,
like 44
wait,
years old or something like that? Wasn't he on the?
he was still in the womb when they recruited him. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude's been playing. Is he still playing hockey? I don't even know. I don't.
Crosby? Oh yeah. He's still going. And that's the other thing. These guys play till like they're 40, 42,
Yeah,
43,
yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. They get
playing
in
the
the league and
NHL
they.
is like the hardest stamina, game to play, and they're still playing, and they're still effective. They're effective as fuck because they've been around the league so much, and they know they're so smart at like how to like position themselves and get themselves into right. I think
Yeah,
one of my last years when I had regular season tickets, Messier was on like the last 2 years of his career before he retired. Dude was like over 40, and he was like leading the league in like goals, not
yeah,
leading the team in goals because like he would just nook his way in there, and then
yeah.
he'd get a rebound and just pop it in.
That's
And
it.
like every time there was like someone took a shot, and there was a rebound. Somehow he was like wide open
Yeah,
in a spot where the rebound went. Like
dude. All
he
that
just
has to do is hit off that damn pad of the goalie, and
right,
you know how many times those
right,
announcers are like, "Oh, if someone was right there, that's a wide open net." You know what I mean?
right. And like he would find that when he was older. Like when they're younger, they want the fight. They're gonna
Yes.
fight in front of the goalie. They're gonna
Yeah.
be that, and like they're gonna know the position, and they're gonna be pushing around. No, he's just gonna sneak in like an old man and be like, boop.
That's why either Corey Perry or Stamkos are always getting
Oh
goals right
yeah,
there in the front because they're not fighting anybody. They're just waiting because they're
yeah,
like, oh, let the other guys do the fighting. We're just gonna freaking
right,
stand right here, and guess what's gonna happen? One of these pucks are gonna hit off his damn shin guard or something like that, and it's gonna
right.
be
I'm a
wide
man.
open.
Perfect position. Yeah,
They slip
yeah.
right in.
Oh man.
So funny.
All right, man.
But yeah,
I think that's it for today.
yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Little quick review. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we'll have more
appreciate you guys.
tomorrow on the Sunday episode.
Oh, we have a big
Yeah,
episode tomorrow, and then we'll have an even bigger episode on Tuesday because
Tuesday.
on Tuesday we'll have the results from the game, and we will have all the football matchups ready for the week 1 of the playoffs. So,
Yep.
and we'll have our interview.
And we'll have our interview, so we'll be ready to go.
Ready
And
to go. Ready to go tomorrow for a big episode.
tomorrow, so get that ready for us. Get your football fix in today because with the 2 games, and then we will be back tomorrow. We'll discuss those games, and then we'll discuss the whole week of Sunday
Yeah.
football. So we appreciate you guys like always. Butcher and the Beard is always going to be here for you with your news,
Yeah.
insight, and everything. Soon it'll be your sport betting. Soon it'll be everything else. So we do appreciate your time and your loyalty, and we do love you. Thank you guys for the comments. And we're gonna be coming back tomorrow, so we won't be gone for too long. So we love you all. Thank you guys. Subscribe and make sure you're here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out.
See you tomorrow.